And now, our next guest, Henry VIII. Welcome, Henry. How are you doing?
Is there food here? I smell chicken.
That would be backstage. You can have it after we're done, Henry. Okay. Let me shuffle things around a bit here. Now, Henry, you are... Henry, tell me a bit about your father, Henry VII.
Well, obviously my father was King of England before me.
So I imagine you had quite the childhood, growing up as a prince.
Yeah, I was educated under the Renaissance influence, and I was a linguist, a scholar, musician, and enjoyed jousting, hunting, real tennis, as opposed to tennis.
Well, fake tennis, naturally.
I was a gambler, and I was into dice.
Now, before we get into how much of a sinner you are, let's talk about, I don't mean to dredge up any feelings here, but you had a brother, as I understand, and you were not going to be king, but can you tell me what happened?
Yes, he died in
Oh.
1502, and then 7 years later my father died and I was crowned.
Must have been a happy time for you. You were also, as a child, well, a young adult, I suppose, a bit more athletic, shall we say? Now, as a man educated under the Renaissance of Italy, I'd assume you took part in many different activities. Could you name a few of the things you did that would make you a Renaissance man?
Well, simply studying, learning about geography, the arts.
The arts. Now, what did you do art-wise to contribute to Italy?
Well, I wrote poems and songs, actually.
Really? Could you name a few
Yes,
that
here's
maybe
some.
our viewers would have heard of?
Right here. Pastime with Good Company.
That would probably be, I would consider, your best work, and most famous, if I might say.
Whereto should I express? Whoso that will for grace sue, green groweth the holly.
That's a good one. Now, also, family-wise, I understand that you have had, shall we say, a bit of trouble finding the right wife. Yes?
I kind of just get bored with them.
Okay. Well, let's run through them then, shall we?
Alright. Number 1, Catherine of Aragon. I was married to her, and I found someone else, Anne Boleyn, and I'll get into that whole trouble a little bit later, I guess you could call it. Anne Boleyn, she didn't produce a son that I needed to take over for me when I died, so she was a witch too. Forgot.
Oh, well, you killed her then, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. Yeah, okay. Well, as you know, my stand on witches. They need to die. And did you know that a witch, just by thinking of a cow, can steal milk? It can be done. And to prevent things like this from happening, they need to be destroyed. Anything from burning at the stake to what did you do to your wife then? Beheading? Beheading. Any of those are a good means of getting rid of a witch. So, sorry about that. Feel strongly about the witch issue. Carry on.
Actually, was able to produce a son. Her name was Jane Seymour, but unfortunately she died of an infection a couple days after childbirth. So, yeah, but a little bit after that I got married again to Anne of Cleves, and yeah, we got divorced too.
Oh.
Yeah. Catherine Howard was next, and
Another Catherine.
yeah, I'm a fan of the Catherines actually. Yeah, she was very young, and she was a nice girl, but yeah, she cheated on me a lot.
Oh,
Yeah, so
you killed her too?
yeah.
Oh. That's probably not a good thing. I'm thinking the killing people, you know, apart from the witch, I'll give you a free pass on the witch because I would have done the same thing. But I feel you shouldn't kill your wives so much as maybe just like not kill them.
Like torture?
No, not like torture, like just divorce, maybe.
Like, you know, getting rid of them? Like...
Never mind. Moving on. It says in my notes here that you had to petition for annulment. I'd assume, naturally. But also this led to your eventual split from the Catholic Church. Now, I also split from the Catholic Church because, as you may know, there were a multitude, who could really count 95, how many things are wrong with it. So I split off from that purely for biblical reasons. I felt they weren't following closely enough to the rules set down by my good friend here, the Holy Bible. And as such, I needed a bit of a change, and I felt many others needed a bit of a change as well. So I locked myself in a room for many years, translating the Bible into German so that many of my kin could read it in their own language. But you split from the Catholic Church basically to have a good time. Is that correct?
It's actually a pretty funny story.
I'm sure it is. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Join us next time on The Martin Luther Show. We will be talking to Michelangelo. Good day, everybody!